Welcome back to the Columbus Holiday Tournament. Start of the second quarter. Leading scorers for each team. For Lakeview, 3 points for Will Hirota coming off of a three-pointer. And then for SCOTUS, the leading scorer right now, 6 points is Jackson Hang. And there's an early turnover by SCOTUS. Miscommunication between Palan and McGuire.
A couple turnovers last two possessions for SCOTUS. They did not turn it over at all until the last two possessions.
Jacob Dawson, leading scorer on the team, coming into this game with 10 points per game and still has 0 points through the first quarter. He has the ball right now. Skips it across to Hirota. Zone defense now. Not easy to go up against the trap defense for SCOTUS, and there's a foul. It's going to go on McGuire. Our second quarter is sponsored by O Street Carpet, supported by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet.
Well, certainly for Lakeview to win this game, you've got to be able to figure out this 1-3-1. And some of it is just being patient and finding that good shot, but quality ball movement is big. And Lakeview right now is struggling a little bit to do that, to move that basketball around.
Hirota's pass is kicked by Palan. It'll continue to be Lakeview ball. That pass inside to Levi Hirota was like a missile, and Hirota almost couldn't keep his hands on it, but good job for him not leading that to a turnover. Go inside, here's the layup. It's good. What a shot. Didn't even use glass for Clayton Thompson.
That was good passing that time by Lakeview.
And then a steal on the other side by Hirota. And then a foul. It's going to go on Palan. But you just cannot afford to have those fouls all the way in the backcourt like that.
That's a frustration foul. You're right, Kyle. Those will come back later to haunt you sometimes.
Some substitutions. Brady Johannes comes into the game. 6'5" sophomore. And you'll see him when they get the ball on offense, but he's over right now on the far side of your screen. Look at how tall he is over there. Tallest man on the team for SCOTUS. Lakeview goes inside. Pass to the corner. Finds an open three and it won't go. Rathbone. 0 points for him. Hasn't been able to get his name in the scoring column. Almost a travel there. There's a crazy shot there for Hang off the mark.
Yeah, Hang forced that one.
Dawson goes to Rathbone. Back outside. Lakeview struggling to get some points against this defense. And there's another turnover. Another SCOTUS steal. Going coast to coast as Brody Lindhorst gives it up. And then Johannes can't make it. That one's out of bounds off of Lakeview. And Lakeview fans do not like it.
And nearly another run out opportunity there for SCOTUS. They've been able to turn Lakeview over and get out and run the floor and get those transition buckets. Did not get that one to go.
Lindhorst. Round for Hang. Finds Johannes. The fact that it's a 17-10 SCOTUS lead only with all those Lakeview turnovers is impressive by this Vikings defense. There's a drive inside and a blocking foul is going to be called here on Parker Ostin.
Yeah, Ostin tried to draw that charge. Those are such tough calls.
Looks like from that replay, had his feet set. That's just a tough. It's always 50-50 with the blocking and the charges.
Yeah, those are the hardest call in basketball, and we get to see it there in slow motion. These officials both these teams are pretty quick. There's a lot of speed on both these teams, so those are even harder when these teams are going up and down the floor very quickly.
Well, stay tuned for the halftime highlights presented by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true. 5:50 to go in the first half. 18-10 with SCOTUS in front. Here's Hirota to Dawson, back to Hirota. SCOTUS is giving Lakeview a lot of space on that three-point line sometimes, and there's a travel on Rathbone. Another trap by SCOTUS, and it forces another turnover.
Well, that 1-3-1 again. That's what they try to do. They get you and try to get you in those corners, trap you, and force you to panic, try to get rid of the basketball. And they've forced 9 turnovers now out of that zone.
Here's Cameron. Hain gets a screen, doesn't take it. Palan backs up into the post for Johannes, and he lost the handles, and it goes out of bounds for a turnover. Both teams starting to rack up the turnover total. 9 turnovers for Lakeview and 4 for SCOTUS.
Yeah, 4 for SCOTUS. Johannes that time knew what he wanted to do. Kind of like a football player where you don't secure the catch. You're thinking about running. That's exactly what happened there. He was thinking about making a move and did not catch the basketball cleanly.
SCOTUS only down by 8, despite the 9 turnovers, and make it 10. As SCOTUS gets another steal, and here comes Palan, coast to coast. He's fouled as he was going up with a shot by Hirota.
I'll tell you what, this SCOTUS team has some quick guys.
Yeah,
Palan
they do.
is quicker than a whisper out there. That got that steal. Watch him get the steal and then just take off and get back behind the defense and forces the foul.
Second foul on Hirota. First shot from the line, no good. 3 substitutions for Lakeview. And 1 coming in here for SCOTUS. It's Max Wemhoff coming back in for Johannes. But Lakeview obviously trying to change things up. 10 turnovers, not even a quarter and a half in, and they're making 3 player substitutions.
I mean, if you're SCOTUS, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think you're obviously very happy you forced 10 turnovers, but you look up at the scoreboard, only up 8. Usually if you're up 10-4 in turnovers, you might have a bigger lead, but that free throw goes. The other area SCOTUS needs to be a little better, I think, from the free throw line.
See if the substitutions for Lakeview can limit the turnovers. They go down low for Ostin. Ostin double team down there. Fights for the ball. They're going to say it's SCOTUS ball.
I think they called 3 seconds.
Yep. And Lakeview needs a timeout. Tyler Colvin has seen enough. 11 first half turnovers. You just can't have that happen against a team that's already favored against you.
Yeah, that's SCOTUS's game. They've done a really good job on it, on that defensive side of the ball. They've done an okay job putting points on the board. I think the message now for SCOTUS and Coach Van Cannon, I think, is to make them pay for those turnovers. Put points on the board. They've done a decent job of that. But you'd like to make that lead a little bit bigger with all those turnovers. For Lakeview, it's very simple, is to be strong with the basketball and a little bit more definitive as far as what you want to do when you catch the basketball. I think they're thinking a little too much against that zone and allowing the traps to materialize. And you got to be strong, not only in physically, but strong mentally against that 1-3-1. Get that basketball moving and find those quality shots that will eventually come when you break the zone down with that ball movement.
Both student sections filled up pretty nicely here. It's just cross town for Lakeview, but they have a good student section over there.
It's like for SCOTUS, it's Jersey Day. Did you wear a jersey today, Kyle?
I did not wear a jersey.
Darn it.
I am wearing a jersey. The yellow New Channel, Nebraska
there you go. I like
my
it.
Jersey. But SCOTUS up by 9. There's a turnover. A slip by Palan, and coast to coast, here comes Lakeview, and a foul. We'll stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by Columbus Community Hospital, where your health is their top priority. One of the things Coach Mike Van Cannon of SCOTUS said was that that his team chemistry was solid, but he wanted to play his style of basketball and dictate the pace. And I feel like so far SCOTUS has done a good job of that. One of the things he also said was limit turnovers, which 5 first half turnovers, it's getting a little more than they would like.
Yeah, it's till the last possession of the first quarter they had none. So really in the last about 4 minutes they've committed 5. So certainly Coach Van Cannon would not be happy with that.
We get a whistle.
Not sure what this is.
Might have had something to do with a wet spot on the court. There's a fan standing up on the sideline and telling the ref about a wet spot. They're going to have to bring out the towel.
Last thing you want is somebody to fall awkwardly on a wet spot. That is, that would be, obviously a worst case scenario. A guy pulls something, slipping on that wet spot. So good job by the fan, whoever spotted that.
Well, the wet spot was wiped up by the shoes when the players were putting their shoes on it. So the premature towel right there. They didn't even have to use it. There's a shot from the corner for Palan. Long on the shot. Dawson grabs the board. Halfway through the second quarter, 19-11. SCOTUS in front. Baseline drive. They go inside. There's a nice layup, and it goes short for Hirota. He gets his own board, goes over to Tomke, can't get it. Hirota gets it back, and it's swatted away by Wemhoff, kept alive. But that ball all the way down to the Lakeview end. First block of the game by Wemhoff, standing at 6'4". I'm sure we'll see a lot more of those. Look at this block. Yeah. Boom.
That's a great block.
Nearly out of bounds. That's how strong it was.
How about Levi Hirota, though? Even though he got that shot blocked, 2 offensive rebounds, battling inside against the SCOTUS defense.
There's Alston. Lakeview has had a rough time going up against this trap defense. They get it down into the post. Hirota puts up the shot, and he's fouled. They might actually put this on the floor, and they will.
I think that's going to be against Lindhorst. Just absolutely drilled Hirota when he was going up for that shot. I'm surprised that it's not a 2-shot foul.
I think the reason they put it on the floor was because Hirota was passing it instead of shooting it.
There you go.
And Hirota will go to the bench along with Dawson. As Lakeview needs to capitalize on this possession. Here's Tomke. In the corner for Thompson. Swing it all the way around to Tomke again. SCOTUS bench clapping. They appreciate the defense and the hard work. Kick in the corner. Thompson has to come back out. Tries to find the pass, and it's intercepted by Palan. And Palan going ahead. There's Lindhorst. Puts up the fadeaway jumper, and it's good.
Well, that's what SCOTUS wants. The turnover and then fast break opportunity points on the other end. If SCOTUS is able to do that, then SCOTUS is going to win pretty much every time, and be a tough evening here for Lakeview if they continue to turn it over.
This double-digit lead of the game for SCOTUS. Lakeview trying to respond. Inside, here's Slope. Fouled. And who are they going to call this on? Is this going to be on Hang, or is this going to be on Wemhoff? Excuse me.
Well, I like what Slope did here. Watch, just such an aggressive defense. Give him that head fake. Get him up in the air. There you go. Good job. Draws the foul, gets the chance to the free throw line. This team's trying to block your shot, and they're anxious. So use that head fake, get that defense out of position up in the air.
First shot no good from the line for Slope. The foul is on Jackson Hang. That's his first. Second shot coming up here for Slope. Just a sophomore. As he makes the second one. And like Lou said at the beginning of the broadcast, a young team for Lakeview.
Yeah, only one senior on this team. And a whole bunch of juniors and sophomores.
2:20 to play. Risky pass, but it goes to Lindhorst. Go down low. Wemhoff couldn't corral the pass in. Lakeview brings it the other way. Here's Dawson. Back around. Thompson has to kick it back out to Rathbone. Dawson still 0 points. And then travels as he was trying to post up. You can tell Jacob Dawson is starting to get frustrated out there with the defense that he has to go up against. And SCOTUS.
That sort of defense, that pressure defense, absolutely will bug you. Right now, Lakeview in a 2-3 zone. They've been getting beat off the dribble from time to time by SCOTUS, trying to slow down that dribble penetration, going to that 2-3 zone.
Three from the corner, rims in and out, rebounded by Wemhoff. He's triple teamed down there. They go back to him. Lemhoff, floater, won't go. Lemhoff has gotten the looks, just hasn't been able to capitalize on some of them.
Yeah, that was an excellent opportunity.
Nice try by Dawson. Puts it up, got it. For Jacob Dawson, 0 points, despite being the leading scorer. Gets his first 2 points right there. Euro step, and then Palan loses the handle.
I like Palan's intensity, but at times he just gets a little out of control. You see the shot a moment ago. I like the dribble drive there by Dawson there to get the ball to the basket. Just attack this defense. This defense brings that intensity. You got to match that intensity. And now looks like Scotus has gone to the man-to-man.
Now that Dawson has those 2 points, let's see if he can get more here as he has the ball now. I think that might almost be a charge, but no, it's a turnover. Lindhorst gets it. Here comes Owen Lindhorst. Up ahead, he got it. That was almost a charge there. Logan Tomke almost threw it. Instead, it's 5 points for Lindhorst.
You know, when this ball is in the middle of the floor, Scotus is going to attack the basket.
Dawson from the corner. Oh, rims in and out. It was halfway down. Comes back out. Still a 9-point lead for Scotus. And they can take this one to the half if they want to. It looks like they might.
The Cavs felt like this first half, Scotus has dominated, but you look at the scoreboard, like you only down 9. They're within striking distance.
There's Palan. Kicks in the corner for Lindhorst. Lindhorst a three. He's got it. He says, you're giving me too much space in the corner.
Big bucket.
2 seconds. Here's the buzzer beater. Won't go for Tomke. And with that three from the corner by Owen Lindhorst, Scotus now has a 12-point lead at the half. 26-14. We'll be back right after this for a halftime report here on News Channel Nebraska.